Welcome to Chaotically Nerdy, a podcast made by nerds for nerds. This podcast is made by adults, for adults, and for children with bad parents. Adult language will be used, and adult situations may arise. Listener discretion is advised. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Chaotically Nerdy. On today's episode is me, Tyler.
And me, Jarrett.
And me, Ethan.
And once again, joining us, I don't know which order this will come out in. I'm assuming Cards Against Humanity will come out before Guardians of the Galaxy. Andy is with us again.
Hello.
And if you didn't catch it in the brief second I said it, we're going to talk about Guardians of the Galaxy because today is August 4th, and Guardians of the Galaxy came out on Disney Plus August 2nd, which means I finally got to watch it because I don't go to movie theaters.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's very rare that I go.
You just now watched it?
Yeah, I really did.
Good Lord.
He just, the children.
Well, yeah, but
Well, since you most recently watched it, why didn't you?
That's not true. Did you watch it today?
No.
I watched it today.
oh, really?
Again.
I watched
I
it
went in theaters,
August, like the day it came out.
I haven't seen it since theaters.
So
I was trying to watch
when's the last time you've seen
whatever.
Well, in theaters.
theaters? Okay,
Yeah.
so we got two that are fresh and two that are
The day it came out in
Yeah.
theaters is the day.
two that are a little old.
Mine's a little newer than his. It was
It's
like the
almost
last day
like
it was in
the people in
theaters.
the room. It's almost like the people in the room. There's two that are fresh and two that are a little
Yeah.
old.
It's funny because you think it'd be the opposite way around.
Yeah.
We'd be the first one, or the last ones to watch it because we're older.
Yeah. And you forget.
But we're the most in touch.
I'm old and infirm.
Should have recorded this 3 fucking months ago.
Well, we couldn't have because I wasn't there. So, first up, as always, we start off with our ratings as far as what we think the movie is what it's at.
Well, worth
basically
is a
like
good way to put
IMDb, is it a 7 out of 10? Is it an 8 out of 10?
Wrong one.
Yep. Ethan, start us out, bud.
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I would give it about an 8.5 to 9. I would say.
Respectable.
I think it's really good.
Andy,
Am I comparing it to other Marvel movies or
Just
just,
in
the other
general.
Guardians?
just in general.
oh, in
Movie
general?
wise,
7.5.
7.5? Okay. It's me. I give it like a 7.8. Like, not quite that 8 area, but like a 7.8. I didn't want you to think
It's
I
heads
meant-
and shoulders above anything else Marvel that has come out in the last 2 years.
Oh, absolutely. And
Yeah, well.
Jarrett,
I would give it probably like 8.9.
damn.
Oh, that's really
That is-
good.
Yeah.
That is high up. You and Ethan, very highly. Which, again, like Andy said, it is better than anything Marvel has put out.
well, it's weird because I've basically said I'm done with Marvel movies. Like I can't stand it anymore.
And then Guardians drags you back in.
Well, I mean, that's typical.
Yeah, it really is.
Is there
wonder
even
if it's
anything left to
Guardians.
watch?
No.
Exactly.
No, there's nothing else on. Well, I mean, this past month, yes, but like when it was out,
I
was
know
nothing
that,
else.
but like, are they coming out with anything in the pipeline that's going to be worth a damn?
No.
not that I've seen.
Loki season 2 may be good.
Yeah. It's like in October.
You said, what was the Agatha? You
Agatha
were
might
looking
be
forward to
good.
Agatha.
Agatha might be good. Harkness, I think it's called. Is
Yeah,
it called
something.
Harkness,
I thought it was
or just called Agatha?
Agatha.
Guess what? We have the
Covenant
power
of
of the
Madness or
internet
something
at our fucking fingertips.
I'm sorry, first tangent. I fucked you guys.
It happens.
okay.
Trust me, it happens a lot.
No apologies, only tangents.
It's called Agatha Coven of Chaos.
Chaos. It was something like that.
So next up, are there any notable actresses or actors besides the obvious fucking Guardians? Ethan.
Yes.
That's the wrong one, but we're still gonna go with Ethan.
Outside of the obvious,
Yeah.
No.
I mean, like Adam Warlock, he was really good.
Yeah.
He's the only one.
Yeah,
I agree with that. Will Poulter.
It depends what do you mean by obvious. Like,
We'll just know.
Everyone else is part of the main
Well, I say
fucking
obvious,
story.
like the High Evolutionary to me was a new character, so you can count him.
yeah.
I just mean like not the people we have seen in the show 7.
New installments to the franchise.
Yes.
If you count the high, he did do a good job because he's I always consider like people acting like if you can hate the shit out of him,
Yeah.
and he's really good to hate.
Yeah.
So he's a good actor.
I have a lot
So
of
he
questions
did have a
about
good performance because
I don't think it was. I don't think it was quite as good as Poulter's.
no.
But I don't know. Poulter's felt kind of flat, but I think it was supposed to.
It's Adam Warlock.
Yeah.
So
You were going to say somebody.
No, I was just clarifying.
Okay.
I mean, I can, but
Yeah,
it was going to
we'll
be
go for it.
evolutionary.
Okay.
Yeah.
Evolutionary. Andy, did you have anybody besides?
No, that was pretty much it.
Okay. That's kind of like it's hard to pinpoint people in Guardians because a lot of them are
Well, all of them are recurring
like,
characters. So
recurring characters or they're.
are we talking like actors or are we including the voice actors for the?
See, that's where I'm
animals?
getting at. Is that it's kind of hard
Because
because
I don't remember their character names, and I certainly don't know who was voicing them.
the animal,
one?
yeah, I know what you're
But
talking.
the walrus was fantastic.
Teefs.
Teefs. That's
yeah,
it.
because there was
That was hilarious.
there was Teefs, Floor, Lila,
And Rocket.
and Rocket.
Jesus Christ, you watched this too close.
Because
I don't remember any of them.
when Lila gets shot, I had to look this up because I didn't know what the rabbit was saying.
Yeah.
She was saying, Rocket, Floor, Teefs, go now.
Yeah.
And she just kept repeating
Repeating
it. And I
Really
was like,
fucking sad.
yeah, and I was like,
Yeah.
somebody shoot the fucking rabbit. But it was really sad.
Yeah.
Which brings us, it brings me to that point. Is this the saddest Guardians movie or even Marvel film?
It's yeah.
I mean, I know it's the saddest Guardians film. That's hands down. There's
Yeah.
no doubt
what
about that.
what,
but
what
is it-
else would we even put in that category?
Yeah, I can't think of anything that's even like close.
I mean, like the only other one that really just ended in tragedy was Black Widow.
No,
that didn't end in tragedy.
I
She
What was
died.
Infinity War?
She didn't die in that movie.
I mean, yeah, it ends in
I mean,
tragedy,
but I mean, at the end of it, you see the scene where her sister's at her gravesite.
sure.
Yeah.
That's not it.
But it's not really.
It's sad,
that's like
but
the
it's-
only one I can think of that really. I mean, like I guess you could say Iron Man dying, but
well, that's kind of where I was.
I was saying movie
which
moment.
the one before it, the Adventures before it. Is it Infinity War?
Infinity War.
Where like Peter dying at the end of Infinity
would
War
not-
is way more sad to me than Tony's death.
it was sad. But I would actually label that more under shocking than
Yeah.
sad because it was like a this will continue thing. So there's like a
Yeah.
sense of like there might be something good coming.
I see
Yeah.
your point.
There might be more coming back.
So to me, I would just put it in shocking.
It
But
depends. If
It's kind of right because I think Iron Man dying is more sad than Peter dying, but Peter dying is more shocking.
because it's stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you didn't, which at the time we didn't know who was going to stick and who. Well, we kind of did
Well,
because
at that point
You
they'd
knew
already
exactly.
announced that
the Spider-Man movie.
I don't know.
Far From Home.
Yeah.
Iron
was
Man 3 was
in the-
pretty sad.
If
from,
you mean like because it was a
was
pile
pathetic?
of shit.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I
Is that where you're
I
going?
good. I'm glad we're all on the same page. I hated to say that. I'd be like, "Oh, it's so good." Was it?
I mean, you could say that if you want.
All right. Well, at least we're all
Ethan
in
thinks
it.
Thor: Dark World's a good movie.
I like it.
Are we?
But he
what?
likes the elf shit.
all. My wife loves the Thor movies, and they're just all.
That's because
I
of
don't
Chris
love the Thor
Hemsworth.
movies. I love Dark World. I liked it.
You're splitting hairs.
Which to me may
The
be the
first
worst.
one.
That's
I
like
did not
liking
like.
the smell of poop but hating shit. Doesn't make any sense.
You like what you like. I will like what I like. And if I want to smell poop, you stay out of
He
it.
smells poop.
So one thing I noticed while watching it, because I write down notes, and they're usually like very shitty notes, which is pretty much word for word what I wrote down here, was they changed Groot's body style.
They didn't change anything.
No.
I guess you don't know. That's not the original Groot. That's a different being. That's Groot Jr.
Okay, I didn't know.
It's
that.
a different plant.
It's a different plant.
It's like a
It's a-
seed.
Okay,
He is like
that's,
growing a
that's
new
fine.
tree.
canonically Groot's son.
Okay,
See, I didn't
that
know
makes more sense. See, I didn't know that, and I
just
was
thought
like,
it was like
That's why he's
Groot.
different.
Like a reincarnation
Yeah.
thing.
yeah, that's what I thought.
grown from his own material.
His own.
So
Sex.
I can
Yeah,
kind of get that it's
we'll
a
get
son.
it- we'll get
On the
into it
same
later.
hand, that makes sense, but
He
I just assumed it
I
was.
don't know.
Well, that also because I think at some point I wrote down.
Though
I
it
may
would
not have-
probably be a clone of him technically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like genetically.
That's why I use like air quotes on like son.
Are there more Groots?
That yeah, they're all called Groot.
Yeah.
Because that's
They're
the
all
only
called
thing
Groot,
that
and they
say.
all only say that.
There's some
Well,
weird
this one
disease
doesn't.
that
This one
went
says, "I
through
love you
or
guys."
something.
We'll get into it.
So next up, going back to the sad thing, how is Baby Rocket or Kid Rocket, whatever you want to call it? He's so fucking cute, but god damn it, he makes me sad.
Really sad.
Because you know what's going
That's
to
the
happen.
point.
I know, but still, it.
Immediately you see him, you're like, oh, fuck.
There's direct correlation between how cute something is and how depressing it can be at
Yeah.
the same time.
Like him
Especially
standing
if
there
you-
yelling
That's
over
true.
Lila being shot.
Yeah, if you
Spoiler
know
alert.
something bad's going to happen, like you get that impending sense of doom.
Yeah.
I mean, you already knew it was coming
That's what I'm
because
saying, like-
they hadn't told any of his backstory
Exactly.
up to that point.
And
And
you're
you
like,
knew
oh,
he was fucked
a
up.
baby raccoon.
Well, and you never seen any other animal creatures
Yeah.
like realistic or animatronic animals. I guess
Yeah.
I don't know how to say that.
Cybernetic.
Yeah, cybernetic. Besides Rocket. If you pay attention to the notes, the next one says Skittle suits on the butthole planet. Because that's all I could think of. They pulled up to that planet that was like all flesh, and I was like, that looks like a butthole.
Not really a planet. It's more like a space station. But
Well,
yeah.
whatever the fuck it was.
It's not a moon.
Do you know what the Skittle suits are a reference to?
No.
I didn't figure you would. Do you know, Ethan?
No.
Skittles?
No.
No. They're not Skittles. It's
I just assumed they got paid by Skittles.
no, it's a reference to 2001 A Space Odyssey.
Ah.
Their spacesuits in it are
Oh.
multicolored.
Holy
I
shit, really?
never got that.
Neither.
Yeah.
That's all right. Actually, makes me like it more.
But I haven't seen 2001 in 20 fucking years.
And does Guardians of the Galaxy, all of the films,
How is this even a question?
have the best soundtrack?
Oh, shit.
Because
How?
Ragnarok has an also perfect one.
It has one
It's like
song
mostly
on it.
Led Zeppelin, which
Through the
is
Fire
why
and
it's
Flames.
awesome.
That's the only song it has on
Yeah.
it. That's the only. No, that's literally the only song it has on
It's
it.
not the
I don't
only
think so.
song. There's like 2 or 3 Led Zeppelin songs that are awesome.
Well, it's
on
like
that
saying
movie.
the Guardians of the Galaxy thing is only Hall and Oates. I mean, it's not.
But
There's like a couple in there.
But what I'm meaning is
it's by far the best.
It
they
is.
fit songs that don't seem like they would fit perfectly with what's
James
going
Gunn
on.
picks the songs.
This
and he
one's by
knows-
far the worst of the 3 movies, though, as
I-
far as soundtrack goes.
Really.
Well, there was a lot of time spent in it without the sort of 70s, early 80s music soundtrack.
I guess it's a
Yeah.
different genre because they start mixing 90s and 2000 stuff. But
yeah.
Like 1 is just terrific, and 2 is spectacularly good. And this one had a lot to live up to, and I just don't think it did.
Speaking of James Gunn, I noticed he pulls a lot of actors and actresses that he works with. Because
Like his fucking brother.
Yeah.
His brother is the best role that like is completely out of left field. That is just terrific.
my favorite one is not. It's from DC.
yeah,
Where he
it's
plays the Weasel in the Suicide Squad.
Oh, yeah.
See, I've never seen it.
Oh, it's so fucking.
It's really
You just
stupid.
see it, you're like, oh, that's definitely Sean Gunn.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just fucking weird.
he also had she's from DC, but I can't remember her name. She's in Peacemaker, the woman.
That's his wife.
Is that his wife?
Yeah.
That makes more sense why she was in the movie
Yeah.
then.
Mrs. Gunn.
Yeah.
I just assumed.
I just learned that today.
Well, I just assumed he had worked with her, and
Yeah,
that's
he did,
why.
but yeah, she's on Peacemaker, and is she on Suicide Squad? I can't remember.
And
Yeah,
his,
I think she's
Yeah.
in it for
and
part
his
of
son
it.
Tommy.
That's a terrible joke.
Tommy
It
Gunn.
was.
Yeah. I
I
like
had
it.
to add my own symbols.
We don't have the symbols on here anymore. Otherwise, I'd do it.
Yeah.
You just bleep it.
Or the crickets.
The Guardian.
That-
I don't think we have the crickets anymore either.
What have you done?
I think I got rid of them for our shit, and then now we don't use our shit.
What a fool.
So, Murphy's Law. If you don't know, it's what can go wrong will go wrong.
Yeah.
And that happens to the Guardians every time they make a fucking plan.
Well, that's the old saying, like, a plan never survives contact with the enemy.
Yeah.
I think the only
you.
plan that has worked was Peter's plan for a dance-off that he came up with on the spot. So I don't even know if you can count that as a
Technically,
plan.
if we go outside of the Guardians movie, he has the plan to how to incapacitate Thanos.
Yeah. Did it work?
It worked until it
he,
didn't.
he also fucked
Until
it up.
he screwed it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He fucked up his own plan.
Yeah, so I consider that a win.
I don't.
I don't. That's an ultimate loss.
No, I figured
You
it-
can't make a plan that's actually pretty good
His-
and then
his-
screw it up
You
yourself.
can't. You can screw up the plan. You can't be the one to make the plan, then
And
fuck
then
it up.
fuck it up.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
But it definitely. It seems like every time they have a plan, it gets fucked.
But
I mean,
it's-
that's like a general trope for any sort of adventure story,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, it's true.
it also
It would be
works
a
out,
boring ass
so-
movie if
It's like everything went exactly to plan. The end.
Yeah.
It'd be fucking hilarious to watch one all the way through, though.
Ocean's 14 by Marvel.
They get to the fucking end, and they're like, "What the fuck happened?"
I guess that really did happen on like A New Hope. at the end. They had the plan, shoot the hole in the Death Star with the torpedo,
And it works.
and it works.
Yeah.
Technically, well, then all the other plans go fine.
Yeah. But it's a space opera. You're not really there for like the adventure quality. You're there for the
The opera
opera. Yeah.
doesn't make any fucking sense.
It's there. Yeah, that's exactly what happens. People go see like operas and plays all the time that they've seen before, or watch movies that they've seen before. They know exactly the same thing's going to happen. It's going to be, they're just going to watch it again.
That's true. People do that.
But that's more of like a nostalgia thing than a.
Not for musicals for me. I hate them, and I don't watch them unless
Nobody
I'm
watches
forced.
musicals.
My mom does.
Your mom's fucked in the head.
I
she
will
doesn't
tell her
listen.
when I get home. I'll
Don't
wake
tell
her
her.
up and be like, "Mom,
He said it.
our neighbor."
Wait, what musicals are we talking about now?
Well,
It may be true.
I like Fiddler on the Roof. Thank you.
Yeah,
But
you're fucked. So is she.
Back to the podcast. They dropped the first F-bomb in Marvel. Mm-hmm.
No fucking way.
I think it might have been the funniest joke in the movie to me.
I think it was the only joke in the movie.
No, they
No,
had
jokes.
several jokes. They had the joke where he's like trying to talk to Gamora and he hits the fucking button that says all, and then they go into explaining how the things work. Like,
Yeah,
no,
it's almost
blue
always-
is for red, and red is for green, and green is for yellow.
The jokes are almost always between Drax,
Drax.
and Manus.
Yeah, that's it. And they're not
Drax.
really good.
His,
No, they're not supposed to be, though.
Yeah, I
They're
know.
supposed to be bad jokes.
and his brother, Sean, he's also the only comedic relief
Yeah.
in most of the movies.
The Arrow.
The whole bad dog
Yeah.
thing
dog.
did make me laugh. How upset Cosmo
yeah,
got.
Cosmo.
Take it back. Like that's 90% of the movie of take it back. But dude, open the fucking door. Was just the way he delivered it was great. And if you didn't already know about it, I imagine it would have been even funnier. But
Yeah, I kind of wish they would have never released it.
yeah, that should have
Early,
never been put in.
it's
A,
That's,
So
that's a problem with
goddamn
most
good.
things today. The best parts of the movie is what they have to show off to get people to
Well,
actually go see.
Yeah.
I think part of it was them trying to prepare like parents that might take small children to these things. Be like, hey, there's an F-bomb in this movie.
Fuck them.
yeah, but that's
Some
the
people
thing.
get-
If
I
you
know.
take your kid to a PG-13 movie, that's what you're
That's what
risking.
the 13's for.
Yeah, but do you know how many parents don't fucking pay attention to that shit? They
That's not-
I know.
That's not on the company.
It's not, but they're just trying to like,
They're gonna hear it eventually
Yep.
anyway. Let them have it.
If you're taking them to a fucking Guardians of the Galaxy movie, they probably already heard it.
this is how big corporations work. They just try and like push off as much
Yeah, it's bullshit.
personal
I don't like it.
shit off. that
It's
they
the same
can.
problem when they came out with
Personal
Deadpool and
stuff,
all those parents took their kids to see the superhero
Yeah,
movie.
that's true.
And
People are stupid.
People are
But
stupid.
in his defense, in Ryan Reynolds' defense, he did start out that movie with a like cut scene, basically. That's like, hey, not a kids movie. There's gonna be a lot of shit said and
Oh, I
shit
don't-
happen. As
I
well.
One
don't
guy
blame-
is turning this other guy into a fucking kebab.
Yeah,
I don't blame him or the production or anyone from that movie at all. If you're a parent and you don't do the research for the movie, that's your own
You
fault.
probably
absolutely.
shouldn't be taking your kid to
Yeah.
see just random shit that they
Yeah.
pick.
It's
Just
like, look, it's animated, but it's Sausage Party.
Yeah, but where like
Fucking-
It's
you
gonna
want to
be
watch
good for
Saw?
kids.
so like in your situation, like you're not gonna go take Stella to see like Deadpool or
Oh, I mean, well,
now she probably
bad
wouldn't
parent, but
she probably wouldn't remember it, but like let's say Stella was like 7 or 8,
I'd probably take her. I'm a bad parent.
you are a bad parent.
I don't know. We have somebody who brought their kid to our D&D sessions, which I would never have done.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true too.
we said a lot.
He was kind of young for that.
Who did that?
He learned a lot.
Jeremy, the
That-
guy that used to work with Jarrett.
That kid learned a lot.
Yeah, he did.
Nice.
We
But,
tried.
like,
We
they're
tried
just-
to censor ourselves for a little bit there, and he was just like, "Yeah, don't worry about it."
He's just waved us off like it's fine.
There's just some parents that like just don't care.
I don't think it's that he
But-
doesn't care.
No,
No,
I'm
no.
saying in general. Like
It's
of
one
taking-
thing if you don't care.
Right.
And it's another thing if you like completely are oblivious to
Yeah.
anything bad. Like I'm
Fair.
taking my kid to see this,
And then you
I
care.
have no idea. Yeah, you can't get pissed off.
And then
about
you
something
blame other people
that-
for
yes.
it. Yeah.
But there
Yes.
are people that are exactly like that.
Well, people
Yeah,
are
I
fucking
know.
stupid.
We
Yeah.
call those cunts.
not
That's why
disagreeing.
God invented that word.
I'm just saying
a real
those
good
people
word.
exist, and they will be the vocal minority that would have been pissed off about there being an F-bomb in a
Yeah, but-
Disney movie.
Fucking
It happens.
Cry Me a River.
It sucks that it has to be that way.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be that way.
Well,
Yeah,
the
we could
world
just,
is.
realistically, we could start telling those people, suck a dick. Hug
That's
a nut.
what I've been saying this for years.
Yeah.
The answer to anything all along,
Is
if you
suck
bitch
a
about
dick.
it, the answer should be fuck you.
Yep. So back on track a little bit more. Bad CGI. I didn't really notice any except for Adam Warlock flying. It just looked bad to me.
Any
It's got to be like an homage to something because it reminds me of something. I'm assuming you're talking about his entrance the very first time.
Anytime you see him like just flying in space, so you see, I think there's like 2 or 3 times that you see it,
I only
and it's
remember
just
him.
like his arms are he's just going.
any movie made in the last 15 years, the CGI is crap though.
I really
mean,
didn't think that
universally.
most.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
Absolutely.
all across the board, there hadn't been like one movie that I've seen in the last 15 years. I was like, wow, that was
Like
so
James and
visually.
the Giant Peach's CGI was better
It,
half the time.
Is that?
I was thinking like movies.
No.
There's
I was like,
movies.
it's like claymation.
It
kind of
is.
yeah.
That was
I
my
think
point.
that's where he was getting with that. Next up, Rocket being genius level, and then he does some stupid shit, like throughout the 3 movies.
they couldn't have a movie if they just had him
Like what?
Well,
bat in the
one,
thousand.
not knowing he was a fucking raccoon.
I think that was more of like a just
that could be just a
I think that's just
psychological.
so they
denial,
could have-
psychological denial.
It's
Like,
just so they
No,
could have
he-
like 15 fucking jokes about him being a trash panda.
Yeah, but
Other
he,
thing.
and that's the other thing. He was okay with being called a trash panda,
he didn't know what it
which
was.
I guess, yeah, that's fine. He didn't know raccoons are called trash pandas and things like that. But
It was just so they could have 14 other jokes.
you're
in
telling
the
me he
series
lived
that
his
go-
entire life and never once heard the thing raccoon?
or cared to look
Well, he
himself
did.
up.
Yeah.
He knows what that's.
No, he doesn't, because he takes the raccoons out at the end of the movie, opens it up, and reads that
No,
it says raccoons, and then starts saying, "I'm a raccoon."
He knows what a raccoon is. He just doesn't think he is one because he didn't think he was from Earth.
It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Technically, he is more than a raccoon
He's
now.
not.
I mean,
yeah.
yeah, but
Yeah.
I to me, you could have explained that away better by saying he got a different fucking brain that wasn't a raccoon's. That he literally thought, "I'm not a raccoon," because it was somebody else's
I mean,
brain.
technically, he's not. Like he's like evolved. Literally, he's evolved beyond a raccoon.
It's
His genetics
just
are
stuck in a
different
spot.
than a
Yeah.
raccoon.
Yeah.
It's true, I guess.
It just looks like one.
Now we're on to the part that Jarrett said we'll get back to. Groot talking more than just.
So here's the thing. That was just Gamora finally being able to understand what Groot was saying.
Is that actual? Like,
That is actually what happened.
Oh, well, that's
So,
stupid.
no, it's just like it's essentially not only Gamora, but like us as the audience being able to understand him. Like as we're now part of the family, I guess.
So now are we going to have him say more
don't know.
words? Also, this is the most Vin Diesel I think I've heard Groot sound.
Since the first one.
I don't even think
He didn't sound like that in the first one.
Yeah,
No, he does.
No, he doesn't.
I don't think he does as much.
I'll have to watch it again.
I mean, I probably do too, but I didn't think he sounded as much.
I think it literally could have been anybody else.
Yeah, it's a
It
really
literally could have been anyone.
They
Yeah.
could have plucked
And it
a
wouldn't have
random
mattered.
fucking
It is
person
a-
off the street.
As long as they can say, "I am Groot."
It is a weird-
And they put his
enunciated.
voice through enough shit. It
So,
didn't
like,
fucking
choice.
matter.
Like, I guess like Joe Biden couldn't have done it, but like
Just because he can't
Anybody
say 3
else.
words.
anybody else could have done it.
Gets in there. The leg hairs. The kids like to rub them up and down.
Jesus.
Oh, okay. Well, that's at least they explained that at some point that it's everybody starting to understand it.
They did not explain that at any point. 'cause this is the
It's
first
more
time-
of
No,
an,
it's like post.
an inferred thing. Yeah.
Gotcha. Do we want or need more Guardians movies? And I'm going to pair this with the next one I have because in the end credits they had one that said Star Lord will return. Have they announced anything with Guardians yet? Okay.
Yet I don't know if that was just because they didn't want to reveal that he doesn't die in the movie.
They probably have Chris Pratt under contract.
Yeah, they probably have. He probably has a
I'm
couple more
sure he
movies on
is.
his thing, so he'll probably come back at least in an Avengers movie.
Yeah.
Are they making more?
Yeah.
They are. The next one, Secret
Who the fuck's
Wars?
in it?
Kang Dynasty,
Kang Dynasty. Yeah.
2025. or 2026.
See,
Sorry.
but like all the original actors, I just don't see it. Even if they're going to make it, how are they going to get people to go? I mean, because I am.
You are giving audiences way too much credit. They do see Marvel and Avengers, and they will go.
No,
That's
they won't.
Yeah, they will. Yeah, they will.
There will be people
They do.
that go.
That's
I do
exactly
think
what will
people,
happen.
Statistically, they do.
I do think people will go. I
People-
don't think they'll go like they used to.
Avatar: The Way of the Water made $2.2 billion.
And Ethan literally told me and Jarrett not to watch it because we were going to do an episode on it. He
And
watched
that's not
it
even
and said,
really a
"Don't."
brand.
It's fucking awful.
Yeah.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah.
People will go and watch anything if they are told to go watch it.
That's not true. It's
That's
not true. I don't.
that's-
Some people.
Not everybody will.
The
But
general masses will.
Yeah.
The general masses will, I think.
I think I'm just that out of touch, or that I'm getting old enough
Yeah.
now
The
that
old fuck.
You're old.
nobody can tell me anything.
I'm in the same
Yeah.
ballpark with that.
Get your walkers
You
and
need to
get out.
You need to go see this. You need to suck a dick. I'll go see what I want to see.
I would rather do most things.
See, there's been other movies come out that I wanted to see that I still didn't go see because I knew it was going to be a piece of shit. Like the new Indiana Jones. I didn't go see it because I knew it was going to suck.
It's
I'll
actually
probably-
not as bad, especially not as bad as Crystal Skull.
You fucking lie to me.
I'm not lying. Crystal Skull is garbage.
That is true. That is the only movie I like because I don't talk in movies. This is the only movie that actually made me have audible.
Was it the end of the aliens?
Yeah,
Okay.
and it was,
Yeah.
I said that exactly. I said fucking aliens,
Really?
and I think I got up and left.
Well, I mean, it's the end of the movie. Why would you? I
Why wouldn't you?
think there's like a scene after
So
that.
back on track. Does anybody want any more Guardians?
Yeah.
I don't.
If there's going to be any more Marvel anything, I'd take Guardians over every other property they have.
I don't want any more Marvel.
I don't.
Yeah, I agree with that.
fucking A to that. But if I'm saying they're not going to stop
They're
making it.
gonna keep making it, and I'm gonna keep
Because it's a
watching
money
it.
pit. Yeah, I understand. But it's.
So, do we,
Jarrett is one of the masses that goes whenever
I
they say
just
go
like,
watch.
I like Marvel in general. Like it, I find it.
I do too, but it's getting played out.
It's because it's
That's the issue I have with
it's just the world we live in now. Nobody can write anything good or new or interesting.
Yeah, but AI's coming soon. I mean, AI's here, so
It'll still be AI written by the fucking stupidest people in the room.
probably.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It'll
have you
still be
read
the s-
AI responses? They are not new or original.
that's true.
Literally, an AI does not have an original thought.
You really should stay for The Witcher.
Will
It's
if you want.
exactly like that.
I've never
Yeah.
seen it, but I'm sure I can have some
So
input.
if the Guardian's going to show up and stuff, I want to watch it.
Yeah.
I
So
would watch it if it came out. That's what I would say.
I would watch it when it comes out on
I
a
don't.
streaming platform.
Well,
I'd
that's a
watch-
given.
I'd watch Chris Pratt just about anything, just because I like him.
So,
Yeah,
and
good.
you ask, will he be in anything? Probably.
I mean, I just it's weird that they were like, oh, he will.
What will he be in? I don't know.
I just don't think they like the first Guardians movie. I went to it with like zero prior knowledge. I had I went to it like knowing nothing. I knew I'd never seen anything Guardians of the Galaxy. Decided to go, loved it. Like if they could get some sort of that magic back and make another one,
Now-
which I don't think is even possible.
Me and Jarrett live by this rule to a degree. If you go in with no expectations, you usually walk out happier than if you go in with
Yeah,
higher
if you
expectations.
set expectations before you go, you will be. They will almost
You'll
always will
always
let you
get
down.
disappointed.
Yeah.
I see. I get that too.
I just have trouble not setting expectations.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
helps.
they're I can't do it for something that's like a pre-existing property. Like I
Right.
have expectations no matter what. Like Indiana Jones.
Well,
Well,
They
we're
don't-
not saying no
Francis.
expectations. We low
Like
expectations.
even for the new Indiana Jones movie, not to take it off topic of Marvel of Guardians, but I have frighteningly low expectations of it, and I guarantee it still disappoints the shit out of me.
But you made a point earlier. There is been nothing in the past, 10, 15 years that was not made before. So nothing is any new property. There's only rehashed or sequeled property
Yeah, I agree.
anymore. Like, I have not seen anything fresh or new. I don't know since when.
It's been a long time.
I guess Hunger Games would be the closest thing.
Does that count because it's based on a book?
No.
But it wasn't like a previously.
Made film.
There's a lot of stuff.
They still-
Aren't they still making fucking?
Yeah, it's a,
Yeah,
there's
Aren't
a,
they making a
there's
new?
a prequel that comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, who wants to
this
see
winter.
that? Who's signing up?
To watch more kids kill each other.
No, they're going to sign up to watch Peter Dinklage is what they're going to sign up for.
Yeah, fair enough. So not last, but the last talking point, Giant Groot, which that was more of me just being like, why'd they change Groot's body? And then seeing it at the end, how he was like gigantic. Was that just him growing? Like,
Well, he is a tree.
I know he's
Yeah,
a tree.
technically he never stops growing, I guess.
He technically grew throughout like all the movies.
He also did the whole kaiju thing in
he
the
did
middle
do-
of it.
yeah.
So is that like a permanent height now for him? Like, there's so many questions.
Maybe he can decide. Maybe he can prune it back.
There's also so many questions about the high. Like, none of those people decided, hey, we need to fucking stop this guy.
Before?
Yeah.
Like his crew?
Yeah.
I'm assuming for
None
some
of-
reason he has like some weird obsession with Rocket.
Yeah.
And that made him
Well,
like go even more batshit crazy than he already is.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Rocket was the smartest.
Yeah.
Because he figured out shit even the high
yeah.
evolutionary couldn't figure out. That was his whole.
yeah, that's what made him mad.
It's just a lot of wood.
Because he evolved beyond him. So I'm assuming.
But he made him, so how could he
Yeah.
evolve beyond
Exactly.
it? That's what pissed him off.
Yeah. So I'm assuming that the high evolutionary was generally kind of even keeled. For the most part, he is, unless you like are stupid.
Maybe it's just a giant warning against artificial intelligence.
Maybe.
Probably.
I made the thing smarter than me. Oh shit.
Oh, shit.
But I don't know.
It's kind of like those parents that get mad when their kids are better than them at something.
How could you get mad at that?
There's people that do it.
People are fucking stupid. Or
Welcome.
people that like don't want their kids to do better than them.
Yeah.
It's like this is like my one goal in life.
The ones that are like, I used to have to walk uphill both ways in the snow barefoot. Well, damn. I'm glad you bought a car for us.
Yeah, I mean,
And I don't have to do that shit. I get to sit in here in the heat.
jeez.
Maybe I should take my jacket off. It's getting kind of toasty.
You have a jacket, bitch.
All
When
right.
I grew up, I didn't have a jacket.
So now we're going to talk about the ratings. And to Andy, this is something we do every episode.
Sure.
That we talk about movies and stuff. We kind of talk about the ratings and see if we agree with them. So IMDb was an 8.0 out of 10. I think we all roughly agreed with that.
We're
Some,
pretty close.
some were a little higher, some were just a hair lower. Not anything too far off that I think it would be ridiculous to say that that's not an accurate. It says with 243. So since then,
It's
since I made this yesterday, because I think I made this. I made this Wednesday.
It couldn't have went up a whole lot.
you'd be surprised.
It's up to 249,204.
Holy shit!
6,000 reviews.
I
Yeah.
assume it's still pretty close to 8.0.
It is
though.
still 8.0 exactly.
I figured
It'd
it
be
would
pretty. They'd have to like review bomb.
They didn't add enough
Yeah.
reviews to up the percentage.
Yeah. So
Well,
the Metascore, however, stayed exactly the same. It is a 64 from 63 critics. It's green, so I guess that means the critics liked it. I don't know how that.
I'd have to look up Metascore if it's like the tomato meter, where it's like a pass fail.
Which
I
honestly-
don't know if it is.
Is out of 100?
I am
Yes,
assuming.
it is out of 100 because I'm looking here and I can actually see particular like companies' reviews.
Yeah.
Because Screen Rant gave it a 90.
Yeah.
The Wrap gave it an 83.
Okay.
It's kind of scrolling down.
This is
like
not a
there's
pass
a lot of.
I imagine the
50s.
green is for good and the
Yeah, it's
R
just
is
like-
for raffle.
I guess like High School Brain. I think 64 is not all that good because that's a D.
Yeah.
To me,
And it's not really.
so like a 70 and above should be green.
Well, did anybody actually like look at critics' reviews and like give a shit anymore?
No.
I mean, I know they technically have jobs.
only if it's like really bad.
like
Like
I,
if-
I kind
But then
of
I
used
still
to.
wouldn't look to a critic's score. There's nothing anyone could tell me.
Basically,
I think
That I
it's
couldn't
just
judge
a
for myself?
I think it's just a function of age. Still, there's nothing like it's not like the days of like Siskel and Ebert, like
No.
where thumbs up, thumbs down. It's like make it simpler, you stupid fuckers.
Well,
So-
they were relatively accurate
Yeah.
though.
yeah, but
as
they also
well.
had better material.
They did have better
so
material.
I generally look at like if I'm gonna like I'm like oh I'm scrolling through Netflix and I'm like okay that looks kind of interesting. I'll look at whatever the rating is and be like
No.
all right
Oh, we are different people.
yeah.
But
If it's like worth investing my time in.
isn't Netflix a like yes or no though? Because
No,
doesn't
I
it
don't look
come
at
up?
Netflix rating.
Okay.
I'll look it up on like IMDb or something
Okay.
and like
I
all right, audiences loved it, critics hated it. I'm like, all right, well, I'll probably watch it if it like
If the audience likes something, I will watch it.
right.
if
If
everybody
the
hates
audience
it,
hates it and the critics love it, you know it's guaranteed to be a complete piece of shit.
Yeah.
but if both
mean,
hate
I mean,
it,
instantly.
I'm like, all right,
Oh, okay,
definitely
yeah.
not watching it.
the
If
thing
there's
not worth my-
consensus that you suck, you probably
Yeah,
suck.
not worth my time.
there was one specific moment in like I guess movies when in the past where I was like, okay, I'm no longer paying attention to anything critical, and that was the sequel series for Star Wars. Like every movie got like top marks.
The sequel series,
The last three.
But
The
yeah,
last three,
they
Force
got top
Awakens,
marks.
they got top marks from critics,
all three of them.
Yeah.
especially when
I don't think I ever looked because once again, old enough to not give a shit.
the critics did not like Solo, but they liked.
I don't look until like after I've watched something. I don't usually go like look into it.
But
and
like
then
they
go,
top marked Last Jedi.
That makes sense because it was a complete piece of
It
shit.
was awful. Yeah.
Me and Sarah actually
tanked.
sat down and watched all of them again,
Yeah.
and we made it. I think 45 minutes into 7, and I turned it off. I was like, I can't fucking take this anymore.
So Rotten Tomatoes, they kind of agree with all of that. 81% tomato meter with 389 reviews, which
This
is
seems
the,
really fucking fair.
that's the critics that are saying 81%. It is a 94% audience score, which we've talked about this time and time again. It's just a yes or no.
Yeah, that's just do you like it?
That
So,
seems extremely fair.
That's why I like Rotten Tomatoes better. The audience score for Rotten Tomatoes better.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
did you like this?
That
Yes.
seems that
6%
seems really
of people
fair.
were like, no, I didn't like it.
Yeah.
And they're wrong.
Yeah, well, 6% of people are idiots.
You can't find 100% of people couldn't agree, or you couldn't get a room of 1,000 people to agree what time it was.
You can't get a room
true.
of people to agree on anything.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else we want to mention about the movie while we're here?
I highly suggest you go watch it,
Yeah.
especially if you watch the other Guardians movies.
Especially if you like to see animals and be sad.
Yeah.
And that Drax is by far the best character in the series because he has the best story arc.
Oh, yeah.
By far.
And that was his final movie.
Really?
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's not going to be in it anymore.
Is he not?
Batista just doesn't like doing the makeup anymore. Like it's a like 6 hours of makeup he has to do.
Yeah,
Well,
but they could kind of cut that
I
down
don't
a
blame
little
him,
bit.
but from the
He's just like, I'm done. I don't want to do it anymore.
from the doof he was in the first movie, it just being the comic relief to his interactions with Mantis to the fight. He has the best character story in all the movies. He is by far the.
Oh, that's something else.
It's a close with Rocket.
Yeah.
It's probably a tie between those two.
I think I like Rocket better. But you said, you didn't even say the word fight, but you got close. You said something that started with an F and it reminded me of fights. The fight scenes were choreographed beautifully.
Oh,
yeah, they're all good.
Yeah, they were gorgeous. And a lot of times fight scenes are shit in movies.
Anymore, they're all shit because they're all like close zooms and quick pans. And
Oh, and slow-mo shots. Boy, we will talk about that in a
they're in
minute.
or they're in their dark or
Yeah.
poorly lit horse shit.
Game of Thrones.
Well, that's because they ran out of money.
No, they had lots of money.
They spent it all on Starbucks to leave in the scenes.
I'm not entirely sure why they just didn't have any light.
Because it was olden times. You can't have light. You got to live by
They
candlelight.
didn't invent light before then.
All right. That'll wrap up everything. Use the link tree in the description. You can find all our socials and everything else. And we appreciate you listening, and we hope to catch you on the next one.
Deuce.
Adios.